Yeah, there we go, on the Argent Squire to clear that thing off, and now it's really, really turning the tide over to Avery. I'm thinking Sabriel likely not able to recover from this one. Sabriel down to 9. What does he get? Holy Fire? That sure helps. Is that going to be enough to turn it around, though? Taunt to taunt, and 5 damage takes out that minion. But I just don't think it's quite enough. Sabriel's going to have to top deck something really clever here in order to be able to turn this one around, because he is facing 9 damage on his next turn, so he can live one more turn, but a Shadow over Death is not the way he's going to win this this little fight at the end here. Assuming Dr. Boom will come down onto the table, although incredibly unnecessarily. That's going to be game in favor of Avery. He will be going on. Should just double check before, in case he draws a Flame Strike or something, but that's it for Sabriel. Game over. Avery moving on to the grand final. Sabriel moving down now towards the tail end of the losers bracket. Chrono, maybe you can show us where he's going to go in order to try and work his way back up.
Certainly, nice guy. I'm just was in the process of resolving a bit of an issue there in the last match. So Savior's going to be going down to here he is, right here. So the winner of the losers bracket will have to face him in the next semifinal match.
Right.
I think what now we can try. I'm going to try to get into this game here, DR. Let's see what our old friend Lobster is up to.
Okay, I have to also apologize to KD Nutty. So KDP Nutty. You're right. Cogmaster Hammer, not Cog Wrench. I apologize. You have my apologies, good sir. Alright, moving on to the battle here. What are we going to be looking at? And it's right at the beginning of the match. Okay, so Lobster still working his way through this tournament. FD Masakakai. Sakaki is... I'm just butchering everyone's names tonight. FD Masakaki is the opponent for Lobster this time. We haven't seen his plays yet, but he is... We're looking at Paladin on Paladin. Paladin, of course, being another very popular choice. We've seen a lot of Priest, a lot of Paladin, and a lot of Mage in this tournament so far. A few Hunters, a few other classes, but yeah, Paladin also being a really popular one. I'm thinking people just really liking the opportunity to get some board presence with the hero power. But that muster for battle is going to be, like I said, 5 hero powers. That's early on in the game. That's a really, really good way to kind of, get some tempo going early on. So, what is Lobster going to do to respond to it? I think the Annoyatron is kind of the only way to sort of deal with this right now. It's a bit of an awkward board that he's facing. It's just, just swarms of little minions, and that Annoyatron will definitely do a good job to clean some of them up. So FD now with the Blood Knight. Oh, he's going to steal the shield, turning into a 6/6. Jeez. Wow, this is a really good start to a game for FD. Lobster, not necessarily loving this too much. But let's just see here with his Knife Juggler what he is going to do. Alrighty then, so this Knife Juggler is going to take some damage from a now 1/6. Humility. What fun. What fun you are. But a now 1/6 Blood Knight, and that Raging Worgen dropping down. Okay, so Blood Knight versus Blood Knight. Here's some mirror action for you. Alright, let's just see what FD wants to do to respond. Okay, Shielded Minibot, Hammer of Wrath. True Silver Champion's kind of a clunky play right now. I guess shielded Minibot and a Dude, because you don't really want to hammer a Wrath unless you're desperate for another card at this particular point. Okay. Well, what's it going to be? Is it going to be... Yeah, I think this is just sort of the most... making the best of a poor situation, I guess, if you go with the shield Minibot and the Recruit play. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. He's going to get the Silverhand Recruit from his Reinforce, doing a little bit of attacking, and the shielded Minibot. Okay, now how is that Stranglethorn Tiger going to affect the game at this point? Is he going to attack? What's FD looking to do here? He was thinking about attacking, but I'm not sure if he wants to do that now. He's got his secrets out, 2 of them in fact, activating onto his turn. And let's just see here now how Loafster wants to take care of this. I think that Sunwalker... It's a toss-up between Blood Knight and Sunwalker. Because if he Blood Knights, he doesn't have the strongest board. I mean, he kind of just Blood Knight and Hero, which is a bit of a crummy play. But if you Sunwalker, then you're probably going to miss on your chance to steal any... Certainly to steal that shielded Minibot's shield, but Divine Shield there. But you might even end up stealing your own shield. I don't know. It's kind of a tough call between the 2 of them. I think no matter what you do, you probably want to take, you probably want to take your Strengththorn Tiger to take out that Raging Worgen. It is going to be Blood Knight, so he's going to do that in a hero power. I can't imagine he's going to waste a big game hunter on a board like this. Oh, Noble Sacrifice is what draws... Oh, that's really disappointing now. Oh my god. Oh! Oh, look! Oh, the humanity. That Raging Worgen? Oh no. Oh, Loafster, did you hero power before? Oh, I think Loafster hero powered before that whole thing resolved. Because he would not have done it otherwise. That Raging Worgen is just going to completely have his day with this board now. Oh, he's just going to wreck face. This is going to be absolutely horrible. I'm kind of assuming that FD is going to do everything in his power to keep that Raging Worgen alive, including Hammer of Wrath, that... Oh, so he's got Redemption now for the Raging Worgen, so it can even come back, although the Enrage effect on it isn't going to do much good. Well, is it 7 to face, or is it time to say goodbye to your Worgen and just clear board? I would really, in this case, go 7 to face. Your opponent is much more likely to trade for you, but the correct play, as we know, is to clear the board, because of course your opponent has big game hunters. So he did do the right thing in the end. It would have been an easy move to get greedy there, but he definitely did the right thing. So now he can choose to develop a board with a Sunwalker and pass turn. That's probably the best thing for what he's actually looking at right now. It's not the most threatening board, and a Sunwalker is a really nice slow minion to deal with a lot of this stuff. Is Blessing of Kings, however, going to be something that affects this? We're probably... Okay, so it's just the hero weapon that's going to take down the shield on it. And it is just going to be a 5/7. Wow, 5/7 Blood Knight that takes care of that taunt. A few more swings to face, and is it a Repentance and a hero power that we see? Throw another secret out? Nope. He doesn't want his 1/1s to get resummoned, I'm thinking is what the reason behind that is. So now we have the opportunity, if you're Loafster, you have the opportunity to put down a Yeti and a Muster for battle. Not a bad play. Give him a chance to sort of swing things back over to him a little bit. Develop a bit of a board presence there. So he's definitely going to throw down the Chillwind Yeti, and it is going to be Muster for battle. So yeah, he's really looking to kind of make his own tempo play there. Uses the weapon to clear one of the dudes off, and we'll see how FD chooses to... Oh! We'll see how FD chooses to top deck Consecrate. I'm kind of guessing that that's what he's going to do now. Consecrate's a very strong play against this. He may not want to. He may just use his own minions to clear everything out. And Consecrate's a really easy way to do it, and then he could just use a couple of his weaker minions, the Shield Minibot and one of the dudes, to take on the Yeti, finish him off. But instead, he's going
I don't know
to Tyrion.
I think I would definitely go with True Silver Champion and Consecrate. It's a perfect man to play in this scenario. You can clear board with both. But let's
It
see.
absolutely puts the board.
Let's
but
see what he's got planned here.
Well, I mean, he does have the opportunity to use the Blood Knight to clear out that Yeti like he just did, and he still gets to clear board. I mean, it's more costly to him, but he's still in a really good situation here with just a Tyrion sitting on the board. So he doesn't know what Loafster has in his hand, but unfortunately for Loafster, he doesn't have a whole lot to do against Tyrion in his hand. Only he had some sort of abusive sergeant. But he doesn't, or an owl, or anything. Hate to say it, but I think Big Game Hunter, Dude Defender is the play. Yeah, it's not a good play, but... And then maybe you attack Tyrion to clear that shield, but that's a lot of damage that you don't want to be taking.
Oh, I think he's going to go for it, though, nice guy.
Yeah, he's doing it. Okay, so he wants that shield off. He just
And Loafster's definitely not in a good position at this point. This is where I would use that Consecrate. Oh, he's thinking about it.
Yeah, Consecrate looks really good here. You don't leave your opponent with very much at all. I don't know that you want to do a True Silver Champion now, though. Well, he does.
It's lethal, nice guy.
Oh, okay, yeah, yes, it is. I obviously did my math wrong on the life total there. I think it was just a little on the blurry side. I didn't quite see what that was, but you do want a True Silver Champion when it gives you lethal. That's a good time to do it. Playing cards to do lethal.
Now, we're going to go into one of the matches here that has been lagging up.
Aw, thanks, KDP Nutty. Appreciate all the support. So which match are we looking at here, Proto?
This is going to be match number DP.
So earlier you asked me what I think of BJ's, and now we're going into DP? Really?
Get your mind out of the gutter, nice guy. Get into casting.
Okay, so in a pit match between Dr. Boom and a silenced bear, who would win? Lock them both in a dark room? Pretty sure it's not going to be the bear. Pretty sure it's not going to be the silenced bear. So, Tonish, considering what he wants to play out of a hand that he has not yet shared with us, that he is sharing right now, well, he has the mana to take his opponent to Stinkertown with a piloted Shredder and a Tinkertown Technician. Then he could Hero Power and clear off one of those boom bots. Of course, you'd want to, clear off one of the boom bots first. He could also just play a Savage Roar. Obviously, he's trying to get rid of Dr. Boom if that's what he's doing. Oh, okay, with the Whirling Blades combo on it too. Yeah, that'll make short work of the Boom, and then Hero Power is going to make short work of one of those bots. And nice job.
Amazing play order there.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good on that one. Moving over to Himriel's hand. What is... Oh, Corehounds. Alright, so do you want to... How many secrets do you have in your deck if you're Himriel? That's kind of the question, I think. Because if you don't have very many secrets left, this might be a good time to use your hero power to clear off that. Use your weapon to clear out that piloted shredder, but instead he is gonna go face. Is he just going face right for lethal here? Yeah, he doesn't care much about the board. He's really just... He's got his opponent on a maximum 3-turn timer unless he can do some major healing.
I think he's got him, nice guy. There's nothing...
I think you're right about that one.
Tonish is definitely going down here.
Yeah, I mean, you could Azure Drake, see what you draw. You kind of have to, because you're looking at lethal, so... If you draw into a taunt, that is not a taunt. That does not help. Well, that's the game for Tonish. Yeah, that was his only chance to live another turn, was to get that Boombot to blow up the jungle.
Good play, but he just didn't get the RMG.
Nope, didn't work out for him. Okay, well that's lethal for Himriel. So, Himriel continuing to move on down the ladder, and Tonish, he's out of the tournament now, is that correct?
That would be correct.
Okay, Proto.
So we're just gonna keep following. This is the game that's gonna leg us up here. So I think we're just gonna follow Himriel right into round 7 here of losers bracket. That'll be match DS. But I think they're just gonna need a second here to start up.
I think you're right about that. So the winners bracket, it's completely finished.
Actually, while we're waiting, let's go to round 8 here. We can get into match DT. So we're going to see what our friend Fire Ember is up to.
Okay, Fire Ember versus FD. So is it correct to say that the winners bracket is all wrapped up except for the grand final now?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, well, a big hand here for Fire Ember already. And he's got some definitely strong possible plays that he's looking at. So I'm thinking if you're Fire Ember, you want to do this, exactly this, Shattered Sun Cleric, and take out that Worgen, and get yourself a nice enraged minion out of it. Ooh, the Avenge though, that is going to hurt, and that shield on it is going to be really, really easy way to take out the Armani Berserker. So FD has his own opportunity. He could even, if he wants... No, wait, that's a... What is that? That's Hand of... Is that Hand of Justice up there? It's just too small for me to see. But FD's got... Well, he's got the Consecrate, but this is... Maybe that's what he's considering doing, is doing a Consecrate.
It would be a good move. But I think he's going to opt, by the looks of things, to utilize that shield. He does have Hand of Protection, you can recast it, but...
Okay, Hand of Protection.
The value out of the Consecrate, I definitely agree with this play.
I mean, there might be better times for it, but it's really solid way for him to just keep the tempo up early in the game and just keep the pressure on his opponent. And that's something that's really nice to do against a Warlock player. That's not going to be very helpful. That mini-bot, I think, is just going to make really short work of that thing. Now, it is nice that he is going to get an additional minion out of this. Fire Ember is going to get an additional minion out of it, but it's probably not going to be that great of a minion. They rarely are those 2 drops. However, Defender of Argus, I think if you're going to go for it, you might as well... Or maybe he's not going to go for it. Yeah, he's just going face. He is just being quite the Mr. Aggressive Paladin here. Next turn, he's got the Arching Commander and everything. Okay, so what's it going to be? Oh, just a Giblin Stalker. 2-3 stealth. That's not very helpful. The Scarlet Crusader, maybe a Leper Gnome. Acidic Swamp Ooze. Probably against Paladin, I think you want to save that Swamp Ooze. There's a very good chance you're going to need that. But this is going to be... well, no, lethal? No. Yes, no. Not quite. No, he doesn't have lethal yet. But he's one off. Alright, so he's just going to develop his board some more, put the pressure on, and he's got the Argent Commander in his back pocket that he can pull out next turn to just do whatever he likes with and take out really anything that he wants to. Okay. Ooh, nice use on the Dark Iron Dwarf there. Takes down the taunt, and a Power Overwhelming takes out the other taunt. However, just not quite enough. Turn goes over to FD, and he is able to Argent Commander, and between that and the Argent Defender of Argus, I should say, that is the game. FD moving on. Fire Ember, it's been a pleasure having you in our tournament, good sir. Thanks for coming out. So now, how are we looking at that match now with Himrium and
Kermite? We're going into it right now, Nazca.
Kermite. Okay, perfect. Good news. And it's pretty early underway for this particular match. Okay, so Hunter versus Hunter. We're all about the mirrors tonight. Hunter's mark on a piloted shredder. I don't know what I think about that.
That might be a bit of an overuse, but
yeah. Well, maybe
see what his strategy is. I think he might be trying to go for Jiggler after that.
Well, yeah. I mean, Jiggler unleashed the Hound. I don't know.
But no, it looks like he's going to opt for the Wolf. Oh, but did not factor on that secret.
Freezing Trap. Huh. Curious. A curious set of plays. Well, I am kind of thinking you can Hunter's Mark and Arcane Shot it. Yeah. But he didn't really leave himself enough time to see what was left over, and that ship's can is just going to make short work of that Noatron, leaving an open opportunity for the Jungle Panther to just get right through. And another Anoyatron for Himriel, but he is going to bring out the OP Misha instead. 4/4 taunt for 3 mana. That is just nuts. Alright, 4 damage to face, and yep, 6 damage to face with the hero power. So, what are we going to see Kermite respond with? He's got his Glaive Zuka down, and Unleash the Hounds. You could. I think this is a good time to Knife Juggler. Unleash the Hounds. I really do.
I'm not sure about that play, but looks like he's going to take out that taunt. That's going to leave him pretty exposed. He's going to take a lot of damage because of that.
Well, we'll have to see what he chooses to do with it for next turn.
He's definitely in trouble here.
Yeah, he needs to... Oh boy, this is a noggin scratcher, I tells you. I mean, if you Arcane Golem, you're just kind of giving your opponent a little more tempo. I guess between Arcane Golem and Unleash the Hounds, that's helpful, but I think you want to get that Knife Jiggler down on the table before you do the Unleash the Hounds, and then that just doesn't leave you enough mana to do anything else but hero power. So what's the RNG say? Okay, it takes down that guy. And the Panther dies. Okay, well that's not so bad. So he's going to coin in hero power. There we go. Deal a couple more damage right to the face. He's got to pick up the tempo a little bit because Kermite's half dead after this this turn.
Actually, that is lethal if he sees it. And he does.
Okay, 8. And kill command.
Heimer's
He's got it right
taking
there.
this one.
You don't make it this far into the loser's bracket without seeing lethal. Right on, okay, so that is game in favor of Himriel.
So I think the only match to go after is match DS. So we're going to follow on as Himriel climbs the loser's bracket.
Okay, we get to see more of him as he moves on up here, and I don't know just how long it's going to be until we get that match going, but I'm very, very happy to have had as many of you join us in the tavern as you have. Thank you for coming out, and we see a few people still hanging out here on the stream, so thanks for watching. Just going to take a little bit of an opportunity here to sort of plug the upcoming tournaments, plug the ESBU tournaments in general. So the winner of this, correct me if I'm wrong, Proto, and if I am wrong, this is going to be very embarrassing, but the winner of this particular tournament is going to take home a $20 gift certificate for this one. So with that in mind, I just want to throw this out there to anybody who is watching on the stream. We have been considering opening up the ESBU tournaments to the possibility of doing. We wouldn't be charging admission, but we've been considering the possibility of opening it up to donations. So if that's something that people are interested in, if you're maybe looking to throw a couple of bucks at a donation, then what we would do is we could turn that all around and use that to fund both hopefully a larger winner's grand prize and maybe even a second place prize as well. So if that's something that people are interested in seeing, go ahead and throw your comments into the Twitch chat on that one. And we shall have to see what people say about that. We're going to get into a game pretty quickly here, but in the meantime, just again, if I could just give a quick shout out to everybody who's been sort of following the tournament and following along, just sort of promoting this and signing up for it. Remember, the next tournament is going to be April 2nd, and there we go. Oh, here we go. And the next term is going to be April 2nd. We're going to see that coming up on the ESBU channel, www.esbu.net. For anybody who is wanting to get updates on that right when it happens, there is some information just down there in the corner. You'll see that down that way. There's some social icon logos, and I can be found at any of those. You've got your usual Twitter at the caster, there's Facebook and YouTube, Google+, all of those things before we get into this match. So check us out there. Check us out at www.esbu.net, and hope to see many of you at the next tournament. In the meantime, we are looking at the mulligan hands for the quarterfinals of the losers bracket now.
Job's done.
So,
Greetings, traveler.
turn one goes over to a druid DMK, Himriel passing the turn, and a turn one zombie chow for DMK. What's it going to be now with Himriel? What's he going to play? Drops the freezing trap. Alright, that zombie chow I'm sure will just attack right into it. No worries there, but it'll just slow him down just a little bit. I'm thinking most... Oh! Yeah, I like the coin shade play. I mean, that's a... Yeah, that's definitely a good play there. Definitely something you want to do, get that shade out nice and early. Unless Himriel gets an explosive trap, which he can easily do from a mad scientist, and even the explosive trap would pretty quickly be not as useful. So that shade is going to take out the mad scientist, bringing in what is, I would think, most likely an explosive trap onto the board, since we've already seen freezing trap and we see snake trap in hand. But turn 4 for Himriel is going to be drop a snake trap, hero power, and pass turn. So he's going to do a little bit of damage to DMK right in the face there. And he's got those 2 secrets on board, so let's just see how DMK responds to this one. He's got the hero power, and he's just gonna pass turn, so he knows what that he's totally expecting a explosive trap there. But even playing around it, the Rhino is still gonna take down the Shade, just not quite enough. I'm thinking that a Zombie Chow is probably going to take out a Rhino at this point. Seems like a very reasonable play. You could also throw out a Druid of the Claw, but you're going to want to see a Snake Trap first. No! He's just going right to face with the Explosive Trap. Okay. And now, Shapeshift.
Oh, he's going to be able to finish off that minion. Or is he? There's the Snake Trap.
Okay.
Still takes it out, but now snakes. Snakes on a plane of grass, or in this case, dirt.
A plain level field, playing field, a playing field. There you go. All right. Yeah, Sludge Belcher is probably a good tempo shifting play here. I mean, everything else in his hand is not that useful. He's able to gain some life back by taking out that Sludge Belt, or sorry, taking out the Zombie Chow. Alright, so Piloted Sky Golem seems like a pretty decent play here, as a matter of fact. You don't really need the cycle from the Starfire, but it looks like that's what he's gonna do, maybe. Druid of the Claw works as well, but...
Where shall I strike?
Okay. Fair enough. He's going to drop that Druid of the Claw. Next turn, he could use Keeper of the Grove, or just his hero power to finish off whatever's left of the Sludge Belcher, if it attacks into this Druid, which I'm guessing it probably will. Knife Juggler coming down on the table, but I think Direwolf Alpha makes a whole lot of sense. We'll probably see that go right in between those.
Well, that'll be a great play.
The Belcher and the Snake. That's going to help him out there a whole lot. And the Snake's going to die, of course, and then the other Snake's going to be able to do 2 damage to face instead of 1. So, do you develop board? Do you hero power? I think developing board with a Haunted Creeper is the correct play here.
I definitely would do that. Next turn you could smash it in to get some additional jug.
Yeah. It's going to do 1 to face right now. And if he's able to trade with it next turn, it's just going to do 2 more juggles for him. So, as is that Sludge Belcher, if it dies off. Well, this is not the best hand for DMK right now. I kind of think between this guy and your Senjin Shieldmaster, that's your most likely plays. Probably use your Keeper of the Grove to take out the Knife Juggler, I would think. Bomb Lobber is not a good play on this board. It could hit the 1/1, it could hit the Haunted Creeper.
And he goes for RNG. Like I said, nice guy. Sometimes you just gotta go RNG in this format. It's
yeah. Well,
getting that extra little bit of value.
Yeah, it really worked out for him that time. That's for sure. Well, he was able to get
ballsy plays that'll keep you in this match.
Yeah, he felt the need to do it, and it was not the safe play. And it definitely worked out for him. So now, Himriel is going to be responding by doing a little bit of damage to face. He doesn't have that Direwolf to boost his damage up anymore. Saving the Anoitron at this point is still a viable play. It's kind of a toss-up if you want to save it for later or just throw it down on the board here.
And that swipe is going to be an amazing play.
Whoa, is it ever?
However, he's not going to be able to get those spiders out very easily.
No.
Now, the question is, do you take the spiders out or do you go for face damage?
So if you're... I guess you take hero... Well, do you want a hero power into the Sludge Belcher? Not overly, but you kind of have to. Well, there's a few ways you could play around it here. I mean, there's just so many different options. Okay, he's not even going to use the swipe. He is going to wait a turn on that one. So he's going to take the Sludge Belcher down with the hero power and then Keeper of Grove to finish off the slime. Now, the board for Himriel will probably turn into some sort of ridiculous Haunted Creeper fiasco. But this is a really nice time to play that Annoyatron. That makes the board really awkward for DMK if he does this. So if you're banking off your opponent having a swipe, this is a great way to do it. He's going to attack in. He's got plenty of life to deal with that, and he is going to throw those minions down in favor of taking out the taunt. And now swipe is going to be not the strongest play in the world, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately, that Annoyatron is really going to ruin his day.
Yeah, that really does, because you don't have the mana to Starfire and then do a swipe, unfortunately.
It's almost like it's time to blow out some smoke.
Yeah, he's going to have to do something to put out the fires of this Himriel in this particular game. Speaking of fire, I don't like this by my head. Like, what is this business? Light me on fire? What? Get this nonsense.
If only
out.
there was something you could do.
Okay,
Much better.
thank you. All right, there we go. Let's just get rid of that nonsense. Oh, Starfire, really able to ignite the play for Himriel, if you will. Almost as if he's able to put a bit of a spark back into things. Whoa! Okay, that. All right, I'm
Well
out
done,
of
nice guy.
I'm out of tricks for this evening. Back to wait, are we casting Hearthstone? What is there something going on here? All right, so. Yes, we are, and Himriel is winning the match. As I'm playing ridiculous circus tricks, Himriel is fighting for his life in an attempt to climb his way back out of the loser's hole. But he did, and he's going to go on to the quarterfinals now. So this is in other words, it's the semi-finals of the loser's bracket, second last match that we'll play. So between FD and Himriel, whoever wins this match is going to go on to fight Sabriel. So we shall have to see how soon it's going to be until this particular game is ready to go.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get word of the timeline here. It looks like both players should be ready to go. Just going to check in with them and we'll be right back.
Okay, and we're just going to take just a very short pause here and get right into this.
We just get a bit of a wait here for our next match to start up. So we'll just use this time to take a look back and see how some of the previous games went. Now, of course, our dog in the fight, Bujin, managed to make it pretty far into the losers bracket, but unfortunately got took out by Lobster, one of our repeat tournament players, who managed to go all the way to round 7. Pretty impressive feat. The problem with the losers bracket is once you're down in there, you have to play so many more games to get back up on top. Whereas the winners of the winners brackets only had to play 6 games. If you get knocked out in the losers bracket in the first round, you're looking at another 9, 10 games to get just back into the winners bracket. So especially with this format where it's single game matches, that's just a lot of opportunities to lose. So you definitely want to come out strong and stay in the winners bracket for as long as you can in these format of tournaments. Oh, and it looks like our match is about to start up here, so we're going into DB.
Perfect. That sounds great. We will be ready to do this one. Quarterfinals here, semifinals of the losers bracket between FD and Himriel. All right. It's been nice to follow a few of these players throughout the tournament. It's kind of nice when you see some good plays at the beginning of the tournament, and then you sort of see some of these guys sort of make a bit of a comeback a little later on. That's always kind of good to see. Participation like that following throughout. So, what are they going to mulligan? Oh, he's throwing it all back. All right. Here we go. A turn 1 play from FD. He should just pass turn. I guess he doesn't want to have his secret out yet. He doesn't want to reveal his secrets yet. But Himriel, he's all about the secrets, so he's going to let the mad scientist out of his cage. FD is going to take that shielded minibot and throw it down on the table. And back over to Himriel, who's probably, I'm guessing, going to... I would suspect a Dire Wolf Alpha, but he may not. He may just opt to go 2 damage to face, or 4 damage to face, as the case is here. Yeah, he's not going to pop that shield. He's going to leave his Mad Scientist on the board, see if FD wants to do the trade for him, and FD probably really does, because FD now has a Shattered Sun Cleric that will... just help that shielded minibot outlive the Mad Scientist even without that Divine Shield. But you got some choices here. So shielded minibot could do the trade in and then get its Divine Shield back. That's one option. Another option, of course, is to just pump up the minibot and either go face or trade. Proto, I don't know.
Looks like he's going to go for secret.
He's going to go take out the... Yeah, he's going to take it out.
Now we'll
And then
be
is he
able
going
to
to put
see.
the shield back on, or give it a Shattered Sun Cleric? I think the Shattered Sun Cleric probably makes a little more sense here.
Well, let's just take a
The
peek
Divine
here.
Shield can do so much more.
And with a Snake Trap on the board,
Move quickly.
see if he gambles for the attack. He's definitely running out of time.
Reporting for duty.
I think he opts for a more
It's
conservative
just
play.
going to opt for hero power. There we go. All right.
Now, it's interesting to see that a Paladin made it this far into the tournament. During our playtesting of this new format, we discovered that some classes definitely were more favorable than others. And Paladin was just not one of those classes that we pegged being the ones that could go all the way. I mean, Mage and Hunter obviously very strong in this format. Characters like Rogue, Shaman, not really seen at all.
Yeah, we have not seen any Rogue or Shaman play. We've seen one Warrior, I think. Okay, so now that Shattered Sun Cleric has the opportunity to drop down on the board.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
And there it is.
Now, at this point, he must be knowing this, the Snake Trap. So hopefully he'll keep that in mind.
You would have to have guessed it by this point. That Shredder is a nice turn 4 mana curve play, and so FD is going to... I'm thinking Sludge Belcher is a nice counter to that thing, and then just... well...
He's going to go for face, I think.
Yeah, he's going to do some damage onto him.
But I mean, the Sunshadow Cleric is a great trade, so he's got to be considering that pretty heavily right now.
Well, I would think that your Divine Shield is an even better trade, though. If he wasn't going to do it with the Shielded Minibot, I don't see him doing it with the Shattered Sun Cleric.
Oh.
But here we go. It's time to unleash the hounds.
Oh, and he's going to be able to capitalize on that giant. Great play by him.
Yes, he is. Wow. But he's going to opt instead for
No,
the
he can do
Direwolf
both.
Alpha.
Because it goes down to 0.
Oh, yes, of course. It goes down to 0. I forgot that that one actually will go down to 0. So we were talking there a little earlier just about Paladin not seeing a whole lot of Paladin, but I think without exception we have seen Paladin run the Sword of Justice and Buster for Battle, and the Quartermaster combos. So that's been some really, really strong additions there. These Hounds just having their way with this board here. And
they're just going to
it's
clean
gonna take
up.
out, yeah, that is going to take out the shield on that guy. So there we go. And
FD needs a pretty good draw here to get back in this game. Quality would be great. It doesn't get one.
I'm kind of in the mindset that you're going to want to take out the Direwolf Alpha, and you probably want to play an Annoyatron right now. Hammer of Wrath would take out the Youthful Brewmaster too. That's not a bad idea. That Annoyatron then will really slow down that Giant if he doesn't have an answer for it. Which, as we know in hand, he does. But he is opting for his own mode of answer, which is going to be in the form of a super shielded mini 7/7 mini bot, and just throw a dude at the Giant. I think that's his answer. Seems like a viable play.
Yeah,
Then you
he's
got
going to go
yourself
for
a
it.
7/7 body on board. The Giant's dead. I mean, this is what you want to be spending your.
And there's that snake trap.
Yeah, there's the snake trap, of course, but this is what you want to be spending your divine shields on.
Yeah,
Absorbing
that is a
9
great trade.
damage. Yeah, that's just absolutely capitalizing on it.
However, I don't.
It's also a nice
Unfortunately-
silence target.
Yeah, he's going to get silenced out pretty quickly here.
Well, yeah, I mean, dropping it down 5/5 is.
Still think FD is in. He's in a bad scenario here.
Well, he really is. I mean, right now, Himriel is probably just looking to see if he's got lethal, which he doesn't quite. But I still think that doing that silence, I mean, he could kill command instead. Yeah, he wants to save the silence. You know, he's probably thinking at this point about something like Tyrion, and I mean that's a really, really good silence target. So
Yeah, that is true. Do you
I think
remember
I
what
agree.
FD has in his deck for his champion?
I believe it was Boombot. The Boombot Maestro, I believe, is what he had brought.
Not a bad choice in any deck.
No, it's certainly not. And FD, does he have Tyrion or Dr. Boom? It was one of the two, I'm quite sure of it. Ooh, Redemption. Well, that Redemption will actually fit rather nicely in with this Annoyatron.
With just enough mana to play, it's a pretty solid move.
Now, that Annoyatron, when it comes back, does it also get its Divine Shield when it comes
That is
back?
correct.
Oh, that's really annoying.
It is, but at this point, it's
cards
just
are really good.
it's just going to be buying time for him. I think
That is
he's
kind
still
of the
very
thing.
much in trouble in this game.
If he can get that Force Tank max on the board with a good opportunity to capitalize with it, then that's gonna make a big difference. But oh, this is not the time to owl.
Yeah, this is not the time to silence.
No. Just take the youth.
But,
What is?
you know, I can kind of see the strategy on this one, Nice Guy, because that's going to basically make his secret worthless. And he's going to be able to do a
No,
lot
it's
of
not,
face
because
damage
when
this
it comes
turn.
back to life. It's
Well, without a taunt, the secret is pretty
that's-
useless.
Yeah, the secret's okay. It's just not going to die. I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
All right.
Quickly.
Well,
And I like how he opted to save for the hero power with the mana. I think he is definitely playing this one correctly.
he may very well have guessed correctly at what the secret is. Eldor Peacekeeper only going to help a little bit. Really, 2, 4, 5, 6. Nope, Eldor Peacekeeper not going to help at all. That is game. Game over.
Not quite Nice Guy, but we'll see.
His opponent has 8 damage on board.
Well met. Well played.
But he can mitigate 1-7. But that is, he's going to call it, and Himriel moves on
hasn't-
again.
Even after the Eldor Peacekeeper, he had 8 damage on board. And that's it.
that is it for match DV. We'll be going on to the second semifinal match, and Sabian gets another chance to redeem himself.
Okay, well this is the semifinal of the losers bracket. So between Sabriel and Himriel has really been fighting his way through. Like, he lost quite early on. I don't know if you can find on ladder exactly where he first fell out of the winners bracket, but he has been down here for quite some time.
That's correct. Let's just look at his match history. Actually, he just fell into fell down on round 6. So
that would have been his third match that he fell down, and he's climbed his way back out quite a while here. Well,
wow, what a great lot of contenders. Some really good players in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, this
is great to try
a
new format.
It's been nice to see so many people turn out for the tournament. Thank you to everybody who's watching the stream at home. Thank you to everybody who is playing in the tournament. It's just good to have some fun, see a new format. We like hosting these tournaments for people. So again, if anybody has any info to throw into the Twitch chat, any suggestions, anything, just go ahead, throw that in there, and we're always looking to find out what people think about our tournaments and find out if people have suggestions for how we can improve them, stuff we can do. The next one's going to be on April 2nd, so take a look and see if you can find any info on some of these social media over, not that way, but this way, and follow information about the tournament that way. Alright, we are into the second to last game that we're going to see, and Proto, correct me again if I'm wrong, but the very final. It's sort of like a best of 3.
It is actually very much a best of 3. And I don't think we actually got that into the rules.
It's not necessarily that it's a best of 3, but if the winner loses, if the first winner loses, he gets a second chance to win. If the person who climbs out of the losers bracket loses, they are then out of the tournament because they've lost twice.
That is correct.
It's 2 losses and you're out of the tournament. So, the web spinner going on here. Turn 1, solid turn 1 hunter play, and Sabriel with... Shrinkmeister's okay. Recombobulator, okay, not really okay. That's a pretty crappy play there. Eaglehorn Bow. I think Abusive Sergeant. Just do some face damage. Your best play. It's nice when you get the.
It's a strong opening play here.
Yeah, I mean, it's
definitely showing that he is out for blood. He's just tearing through these loser brackets.
Okay, so we are looking here at a possible. Well, okay, I think that's a better play there. I was going to say a possible injured Blade Master, but I think the Shield Master is just going to be stronger on the board. So yeah, that is the Dr. Boom is the captain of the deck here, and a couple of taunts in response to a taunt. It's a respectable play. Eaglehorn Bow would make short work of the Senjin Shieldmaster if he threw all of his minions at it, but this works. This works nicely. I mean, this also takes care of the Senjin as well, and gives him a Tall Strider. Decent card.
That's not a bad play.
Okay, Light Bomb, not going to be helpful on this turn, but, oh no, that's, yeah, so Smite.
Again, not going to help him very much. I think he's either going to look at a Thought Steal here.
Yeah, this might be the turn to Thought Steal.
Dark Cultist, but Thought Steal is probably... Oh, no, he's going to go with Cultist.
Dark Cultist is a bit of a dangerous play, because if he loses that on his turn...
He misses the extra value, yeah.
Yeah, he's just gonna lose the value on that one.
But, you know, in this format... Oh, I think he's going to get punished for it, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing is going down.
But it's still that is still 3 face damage and a trade, so it's not a complete loss.
Okay, injured Blade Master is going to get healed up, and that definitely is helpful for Sabriel there. Well, let's just see. Oh. Let's just see that Hunter's Mark. Alright, that is what it's going to be. It's not a bad target for it. It's not the best, but it's certainly not that bad. And with the priest's ability to just keep healing that injured Blade Master up, I mean, this definitely flips the board over in the other direction there. So,
Yeah,
Tall
so far
Strider.
the aggressive hunter play is definitely winning out in this matchup. Sabriel is.
Oh, okay, I see where he's going with this one. Thoughtsteal into Holy Smite is going to take out that Tall Strider. And he gets his own trap out of it. It's a priest trap.
Well,
Oh, Thoughtsteal, you make such a mockery of Hearthstone.
And
You
here
could
comes
say-
Dr. Boom.
You could say it makes a gong show of Hearthstone. Would you agree, Proto? A gong show?
Very clever, nice guy. It'd be better if your head wasn't cut off.
Okay, so Dr. Boom was not in attendance for a very long time there. That light bomb really just had its
It's
way
a very
with the
effective
board.
play.
Yeah, that's
for
a
Dr.
great
Boom
counter
removal.
for Dr. Boom. Absolutely. You take a little bit of damage out of it, but that's a really good counter. All right, and that might be what Himriel needs to just.
Oh, and he gets his own Dr. Boom.
Ooh, sorry, that might be what Sabriel needs to win this game, and Dr. Boom is really going to be helpful there, especially
Great
with
plays.
this Light Warden.
Great
Okay.
plays by Sabriel. He is definitely coming back here.
Wow.
It is still anyone's game.
Okay, so trap is on the board. You can giant, or you can tiger and hero power. I kind of like the tiger hero power at this particular point. You don't know if your opponent is packing a mind control, and while it's not, he doesn't have enough mana to do it yet. It's just seems a little risky. Ooh, but if he mind visions, oh, Dr. Boom is just gonna. Oh man. For once, explosive trap kind of works in his favor. Oh no. Okay. Well, that was close. That was really close on that tiger there. All right, so Himriel now has an even bigger sea giant, an even cheaper sea giant to work with, and it had to be snakes. I know that's not what they say when it's a snake trap, but that's what the Druid of the Fang's always talking about. That's what Harrison Jones is always talking about. So, the Stranglethorn Tiger seems like a pretty obvious trade for a Dr. Boom here, right after you Houndmaster. Yeah.
Perfect.
Although it doesn't much matter, because, you know, you can only fit so many hounds on the board anyways, but still. Nonetheless, there's a free Sea Giant to be had out of it. If he... No, Sea Giants get more expensive. Does he care?
Apparently he's going to leave the snakes on the board and opt for more face damage.
Is he dropping,
He's gonna
dropping
drop.
his hand?
It's questionable at this point. I'm not sure what he's
I'm
waiting
kind of
for.
thinking the Golem's
Here
gonna
comes
come
the
down.
Golem.
Is the Sea Giant also...
No, he's holding
No,
on to it.
he's hanging on to that one. Okay.
I mean, it's not a bad play considering next turn he can play it anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
However,
It's just
you know...
kinda
that did
too many ways that it can just go
Oh,
wrong for
and
you.
this is going to come back to bite him.
That's the thing, though, yeah.
Sabriel is
But
going to
unless you're
capitalize on his
specifically
mistake.
playing around Mind Vision, then that's really the only thing that could have really come back to bite him in this particular case. So, what's the Sea Giant going to do?
Really an interesting inclusion, the Mind Vision, but it definitely paid off in this round.
Yeah, absolutely it did. He's in a ugly spot here. He's got a 1 in 3 chance to get a taunt. I think this is the correct play, because you kind of, at this point, you kind of just hope that your opponent Sea Giants into your Sea Giant. But what he doesn't know is that that Shrinkmeister is going to allow him to trade very favorably.
Ooh, devastating. And that could be game in that one move.
Oh, recombobulating.
Oh, that is definitely game.
That is a
I
great
can't even
play.
believe what I'm seeing, nice guy.
There are only 2 cards in the game that the Recombobulator can turn that Sea Giant into, and it's one is another Sea Giant.
And the other one is definitely. What a great play.
Wow.
Great combo.
Golden Deathwing. Look at that.
Look at the majesty, nice guy.
Oh, he's done.
The majesty.
Look at the majesty. Yeah, he needs a taunt to die slightly less.
Yeah, and that'll be...
Well, he goes out
Himriel.
fighting, but that's it for Himriel. Sabriel is going to take over.
As a
this
proper
tournament.
Highlander tournament, there is only room for one reel in the end of this tournament.
Oh, Proto.
He will not be moving on. The best reel won. And so Abriel stays in it. And he is going to crawl his way back up. All the way up and over. There it is, Abriel. Or, sorry, say Avery, sorry. And there he goes. This will be a final match.
So, Avery versus Sabriel. The way this one works, just to clarify, is Avery has won every one of his matches so far. Sabriel has climbed his way out of the losers bracket. So the way this works is that it's a double elimination. So because Avery has not lost any matches yet, if Avery loses this match, he gets to rematch Sabriel, and the winner of that match will win the tournament. If Sabriel loses this match, if Avery wins, that's it. Tournament's over. Sabriel has lost 2 rounds. So, once these two are ready to throw down, I think we can get into this. In the meantime, again, let's just have a quick shout out. Thank you to everybody for joining the stream. Thank you for checking this out. Thank you for playing in the tournament. We hope to see lots of you people on April 2nd, and check us out at www.esbu.net for that. In the meantime, we also have the opportunity here to give a quick shout out, not only for that tournament, but to keep an eye on some of the social media things going on with the caster, that is myself. So there's Twitter, Facebook, Google+. We've got some stuff up on YouTube. There's some VODs from the tournaments, but probably the most valuable of those is Twitter, because I rant and rave about the tournaments coming up. So if you want to be informed of tournaments coming up, that is one of the best ways of doing it. Also, for anybody who's watching right now, if you just want to throw down into the Twitch chat really quickly how you heard about the tournament, that helps us get the word out more effectively. So we're into this match now. We are looking at the mulligan hands, and we are ready to go with what is potentially the last game of the evening.
This is the potential final match, nice guys. Both competitors. I would, if I had to guess the class matchup for the final of this tournament, I would not have picked Paladin versus Priest.
Paladin versus Priest.
Probably one of the last combinations I would see, but these two contenders definitely prove that they can go all the way with these class choices.
Well, and it's great because, I mean, those traditionally have not been very strong choices on the ladder, but they've made a bit of a comeback lately, so it's nice to see them doing so very well in this tournament. I mean, both those classes have been doing absolutely fantastic in these tournaments. Mind Vision on turn 1, great way to fit the mana curve, and what does he get out of it? An abusive... Wait.
It was an abusive sergeant, yeah.
Was an abusive sergeant, there we go. Alright, so Avery drops a shielded mini-bot, and Sabriel is just gonna
BM healing.
Okay, moving on to the next turn. He's gonna summon a dude, go 2 to face. Sabriel has the opportunity now to drop a coined out Senjin Shieldmaster. Well, he likes
Great
that
turn
play.
3 play.
That's a really nice stopper to this board. So, the Cog Hammer, though. Cog Hammer could be very useful against this. And what's it going to be? Cog Hammer and Abusive Sergeant to clean this thing up? Or just Cog Hammer and a regular dude? Okay, and then the Zombie Chow early on. That's a good play.
That's a pretty solid play.
Yeah.
Avery definitely proving why he made it to the final.
So Sabriel now needs to deal with 2 minions and a weapon, and he's got nothing on his board. It's just turn 4. He's going to opt to do that Thought Steal, which really doesn't help develop his board very much. Just an Argent Squire going down.
The last game he semi-finals, it was very much the same condition with Sabriel coming in, not with the strongest opening, but managed to really gain a lot of momentum mid to late game. So I imagine we're going to see something very similar in this
deck here. So what we are going to see, though, is I wonder if we're going to see that Shredder go down right now, and I'm also kind of wondering if that Aldor Peacemaker is going to take that thing for a bit of a ride. He's just going to smite the shielded mini-bot, heal himself up, and pass the turn. So he's really trying to just slow this game down as much as he can, but he's not getting great cards to do it with. Sabriel's not. Avery just continues to just press his advantage here. He's got a really strong board, and he's just going to use that to continue as much pressure as he can. And a Dr. Boom could easily change some things around, and also this is light bomb.
Be a good time for a light bomb, yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely a light bomb turn.
He's going to get 5 health back. Desperately needed.
Yeah. Okay. Fairy Dragon, not a really a game changer, but a nice drop from a piloted Shredder nonetheless. Are we going to see any boosted spell damage coming out of that Azure Drake? I don't know. Avenging Wrath would hit to face for 9 at this point. Holy Nova is a pretty nice play, but it's much better if you could kill that Haunted Creeper first. And that's a Shadow or Death, not a Shadow or Pain, so that's not going to help much with that. Maybe you Aldor Peacekeeper the...
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Oh! Okay. That's one way of doing it. It's the exact opposite direction if I was going on that minion.
Follow the rule.
Okay, so he's just going to Peacekeeper this thing down, and now he has just shrunk this board right down to size. So I'm kind of thinking that we will see... Is it Creepers that are going to go into that Abusive Sergeant to take it out?
Oh,
ooh,
wow.
Bomb Logger.
What a great play.
There we go.
A lot of value out of that play.
Alright, now. It's going to be a Dr. Boom turn.
Pretty straightforward.
Hammer of Wrath. Okay, Avenging Wrath.
Maybe
I
a
think
good play.
I think this is a decent time to play Avenging Wrath.
I would almost go. I think I would start with the hammer on Dr. Boom, actually.
You think so?
Let me think.
I think I would go for a card to see. I mean, he does have the Abusive Sergeant. That's going to let him trade very nicely.
Well, he doesn't have enough money. He doesn't have enough money to do both.
Certainly does, nice guy. That's why he's playing for the $20 credit that we are offering in this tournament.
Well, it sounds like Avery agrees with you on this one, and he is going to get that card out of it. Consecrate is going to be
See what he's playing. Yeah.
fairly useful. Not necessarily for this turn, but... Okay, so the Creepers and the Dude are going to take out Dr. Boom.
The Creepers and the Dude. That was the name of my band.
Nice. Alright. Boombots are all gone. So, that is one legendary minion down. Down for the count, and Sabriel is really fighting for his life. He needs to do something.
Oh,
to
and
finish
this is
game
going to
off.
be a
And
big...
He
he's gonna
kind
get-
of just did.
And he's going to take a... What a great play by Sabriel.
Absolutely. That is seriously going to change things for him. He's in a much better position now.
Oh, and unfortunately, there is
Oh,
Dr. Boom
oh.
on Boom action.
You know what? Actually, Dr. Boom right now is a great play because now, if Sabriel drops a spell, it's going to activate all those Boom bots.
It certainly will.
And then the Wild Pirate, unless it's Power Word Shield
I
or
mean, they're
heals
going to
a
get
person.
activated regardless, so I think...
Well, I mean, they would just be going straight to face. Like, this Wild Pyromancer is going to die at the first spell drop.
Well, not if you
Unless,
shield
of course,
them.
it's Power Word Shield, as I was mentioning. But he does have the
And
opportunity
he picks up...
to
This is actually
heal.
going to work out really great in his favor.
Oh, wow. This is just bouncing back and forth all over the place.
Oh, except
Holy
he needed that one extra...
fire.
He needed that...
Yeah, he
Extra
needed that
damage.
damage from it, that's for sure. He's going to heal himself instead of his injured Blade Master, and I think I agree with
Staying
that
in
one.
there.
So, now, Avenging Wrath looks a little more tempting.
Does...
Consecrate is not.
You know, I
really
would
helpful
actually
here.
consecrate Avenging Wrath. You have a pretty good shot at clearing board. The problem is you're gonna have to watch out for the Dark Cultist there.
Yeah.
Argent Squire, great play though.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, there's a very particular set of plays that you're going to want to be doing at this point, and he just did them in exactly the order he's looking for. So now that Dark Cultist is going to give the life over to the Earthring Farseer, who can safely take out the Argent Commander, and
Spider Tank going down.
yep,
Does he use the Circle of Healing?
Dr. Boom's gone.
Probably- Oh, he is.
Okay.
He's in a good position, but that is it. That is all of his cards.
Yeah, he's down
Avery's
to
still
top
with
deck.
5 cards in hand. I don't think this is going to go Sabriel's
Yeah,
way.
this
like
is
that.
really, really bad for Sabriel. I have a funny feeling that our tournament's going to be over in just a few moments. We can't call it yet, but I mean, Avenging Wrath is going to be helpful. Ooh, Silence is nice here.
Pretty helpful. Not the game changer he was looking for. These are not the
No.
droids he was looking for.
So he's healing up to mitigate as much damage as possible. I'm thinking he's kind of looking at, okay, so...
Oh, and a
Taking that
perfect
thing to- and yeah,
great play
lay
with play on
hands.
hands.
Okay. I mean, he is in such a nice position here, and a priest
And
priest
that is
top
just
decking
not
huge
what
amounts
Sabriel
of
needed.
damage is not going to be.
However, that's going to be
helpful.
that's going to allow him the card draw. So
Yeah, he's going to drop it right now and do a heal. I mean, you need to do that. There is no other play. You might as well. I was actually going to say you might as well heal before you attack, just so your thing is damaged again.
oh, great! There's a card that's going to help Sabriel.
Yes.
What a great turn.
absolutely it is.
He stays in it.
Okay, so let's just see here if those Ironbeak Owls are what is going to go down to take that Sunwalker down a notch.
Oh, and that Alan Beak is going to do a lot of damage. But he's opting for the trade, is he? Yeah.
Yep.
Reporting for
And
Okay.
this is the beginning of the end.
I don't know if it's the beginning of the end so much as it's the end of the end.
Hmm.
Huh.
Not a lot of help from that draw.
Mobulator, yeah, not overly helpful. I mean, he can get a card draw out of the heal, but you know he's just not getting the tempo changes that he needs. He's doing a good job cleaning
He's
up
definitely
the board
hanging
here.
in there, but he's just he's basically gonna have to claw his way out of this deep mess that he's in.
Okay, so what's it going to be? Oh, Demolisher. Although with those dudes turning into 3/3s, that Demolisher is not going to be that helpful. And a Guardian of Kings to kind of just add insult to injury here with the life heal for Avery. He's really in a good forward position now.
He's gonna he's
yeah.
gonna do the Consecrated Avenging Wrath.
Well, that one just gets rid of the Northshire Cleric, so now he can't get any...
Oh, and he said he's gonna try to jiggle him down.
The light protects me.
And does he get it? No, he misses. But he's got one more shot at it. Here it comes. Misses again! No luck. No luck.
I mean, Avery is really just choosing the absolute safe plays here. That's
what got him to this point, and so it's what's going to bring him home.
Lighted the Naru on himself so he can get that Light Warden, but I don't think a 1-2 is going to be that helpful right now.
Just
pretty sure.
Survive.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite lethal.
Reporting for duty.
But I don't think Sabriel's got much more than a turn left in him.
No.
It's just been a really slow grind right out to the end here.
And Shrinkmaster, that is not going to help him. Ooh. I think that's it, nice guy.
That's not a taunt. And that's lethal. Yep.
And that's the GG.
He concedes. So that's it. Sabriel is done. Avery clean sweeps the tournament. This is the second time we have ever seen a clean sweep in an ESBU tournament. This is just great. So, well, that's it, folks. You saw it here. You saw it on the Caster's Twitch. Avery takes the tournament. Again, let's just do a bit of a wrap-up here. Proto, I don't know if you have anything to add in, but I know myself, I'm just really glad that as many people are watching the stream as they are. Glad that people are turning out. Glad that people are playing. How about yourself? Anything to throw in here about the tournament?
This is a great turnout. Really fun format. Just trying to see if Avery's maybe available for a bit of an interview here.
Well, Proto, while you're doing that, I'm just going to give a couple of quick thank yous, and I don't know if we're... let's just see here. And basically, just a couple of quick shout-outs here about the upcoming tournament. April 2nd, that's a Thursday evening. It's going to be again at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and same general idea. We're going to have a bit of a, quirky change to things, and so we'll be able to do all of that fun stuff. Getting some different formats going and whatnot. We'll be able to do... hopefully we'll be able to do a bit of a prize again, so we're going to see what we can do about potentially getting some funding going for that. If anybody has any comments about, like donations or anything like that, let us know if it's a good idea or a terrible idea, or if we should just do the whole tournament just playing for free, or whatever you think about any of that kind of stuff there.
User entered your channel.
So, what we'll be able to do coming up shortly here is, looks like we're going to try to get Avery in for some chat, and we'll have to see what we can do there.
Yeah, we're just waiting for him to join it to TS now. So again, just want to thank everybody for coming out. Nice guys trying to speak twice on the mic, but we only need him to speak once. Mr. Nice Guy, aka the Caster. Just having a bit of a time. Oh, there he is.
Hello?
Mr. Nice Guy, gotta talk now. Mr. Nice Guy. Mr. Nesca, talk away.
Okay, and that should do it there for being able to speak in the TeamSpeak there.
Hey, there you are.
All right, so
We have Avery here. He's with
we
us.
do have him. And Avery,
Hello.
clean sweep right through the tournament. That's awesome. Hey,
Thanks.
to you for coming out. Congrats on the huge $20 prize. That it's a $20 Blizzard Entertainment gift certificate that we're giving away as the prize for this tournament. But hey, man, you earned it. Like, those were some really good plays that you had there. Clean sweep right through the tournament. I want to start by saying, okay, what was your motivation going into the tournament in terms of picking a class? What was your thought process there?
Okay. Basically, I tried multiple different classes. So my first thought was Druid because I really wanted to ramp out bigger threats and just play as many of the 5 drops as I can, because the 5 drops are the strongest cards in Hearthstone, in my opinion. So, but there's no consistency in Druid because you only run one Innovate and one, what's it called? Wild Growth. So you can't really ramp out your threats on time. And the second class, basically every class I felt was very dependent on certain cards that, from my experience in ranked, to succeed. And aggressive decks don't have enough consistency because the best threats you can only play one of each, and you gotta dilute your deck with lousier threats to fill in the mana curve, which I was not impressed with. So I landed on Paladin, and I like Paladin. I play a lot of Paladin in general, and I was just very impressed with basically when you look at Paladin, mid-range Paladin ranked decks, they're very strong. But there's a second tier of cards that don't make it, like Sword of Justice, like Argon Squire, like Harvest Golem, and these cards are actually pretty good by themselves as well. And there's a lot of good interaction between the cards, like and like for like my favorite card, I get to play my favorite card in the game, which is Bomb Lobber, because it works so well with the early board presence that you can maintain with the earlier threats. You can also play like Haunted Creeper for additional 2 drops. So overall, I just felt that it's a class that can maintain early game presence and hold it through to the mid game. You can land end game threats like Lay on Hands just to refill your hand, or even Boom, which was the legendary I picked.
I would definitely agree with you on a lot of that, and the Bomb Lobber in particular. I mean, that guy, he was a bit of a star of the show for just a couple of plays there. He definitely worked well.
Yep.
I mean, that's a lot of great points. I'm really glad to see that a Paladin took it. It was one of my favorite classes to play. Initially, I tried a few Paladin decks when we were playtesting this format, and yeah, a lot of what you said was true. I just couldn't make it work nearly as well as you did, and so I was really happy to see that, and really entertaining.
I'm very curious. I was listening to the stream, and someone said that Hunter was a class that did really well in testing. I don't really understand how can Hunter, like, I saw what's the name, Himrail make it near the end with Hunter, which was quite scary because I never thought the class would be that good, because like it just isn't consistent. You only play one high main, maybe one boom, one.
Well, I think that's it. If Hyman had stayed in the winners bracket longer and played less games, I think he might have taken it all the way. It's just, you're right, without that consistency, having to go through the losers bracket just really took its toll on him, and he just couldn't keep it up.
Well, in any case, I mean, there was some great matches. It was awesome to see so many Paladins and so many Priests. Absolutely, without a doubt, my favorite part about this entire tournament was just simply seeing the creativity and the ingenuity that went into these decks. I mean, this is just top-notch deck building all around. Lots of fun, lots of clever ideas, lots of really good plays, lots of really good deck building, and really kind of put people on their toes, put people in the spotlight, and gave a lot of people, such as yourself there, Avery, a chance to just, shine with some of their deck building and some of their ingenuity there. So, just thanks for coming out, thanks for playing, and just really getting into that. I want to ask, just to close here,
Sure.
Getting into the last match there and looking at your opponent, and I don't know if you were following some of his play or not, but against that Priest, it's probably going to turn into a bit of a longer game. Did you sort of change your game plan at all?
Not entirely. The one thing that, because I played him earlier on already, in the semi-final, I believe, or whatever you want to call it, in the winner's bracket. and the one card that really blew me out and made the game much closer than it was Light Bomb. So I guess I took it into account. I tried to play around it somewhat. That was basically the only thing that really bothered me. The rest of the deck, I felt like my deck could definitely handle. Because apart from Boom, I saw from the first game he didn't have much of an end game plan either. It was just Sunwalker and Boom, and I had ways to deal with Boom. I have Big Game Hunter in my deck. I have all the Peacekeeper. I can just like hopefully maintain a board presence and just kill the Boom 2 damage and gain value through my minions that way. So overall, I was quite confident, but I was just trying my best to play around Light Bomb. Light Bomb was just madness the first game around. And
earlier in one of the matches, that Light Bomb, he was able to play that against a Dr. Boom, and it totally turned the game around for him. And so it was definitely a strong card. But hey, you played around it successfully enough. It definitely took its toll, but you were absolutely able to turn that one around and just clean sweep right through the tournament. Awesome playing, man. Great having you out. Thanks so much for coming. Proto, I don't know if you have anything else to add here at the end.
No, that's it. It's another great tournament, and hopefully we'll see you guys next month, April 2nd.
Okay, thanks Avery for coming. Everybody, in closing, that's April 2nd. Check out www.esbu.net. Check out some of these social media to just keep up to date on this, and give us any feedback in the Twitch channel that you want here, and any other info that we'd be looking at. So again, everybody, thanks for coming out. Have a good night. This has been an ESBU Hearthstone tournament with Prototype and the Caster.